Well, now it's time again for our lab, so let's go out to our website project and we'll see what we can add to it. I'll go ahead and close up the files we've been working on, and I'll go to our website project folder. And what I'm going to do is open up the cable car video, and we'll make some modifications to this page. Of course, we'll open it in the browser, and we'll open it in our text application so we can edit it. Our existing page already does have a video loaded up into it, and it's using the native browser controls. Now, what I'd like to do for this interface is I'd like to replace the controls with a simple single play pause button. So we'll get to try something new. The first thing we'll do is go back to our document, and I'll start things out by removing the existing browser native controls. Now I'll just scroll down in our document until I see the video tag here. There's our controls attribute. If I simply remove that attribute, I remove all of the native controls. And once again, we'll be stuck with a video that we can't play yet. Now, of course, we're going to need some mechanism to play it with. Last time, we used several button elements, but you can use just about any other type of element that the user can click on. And one of the most popular is an image. Back over in our working files folder, up in the images folder, I've got a couple of images that we can use for buttons. There's a pause button image and a play button image. And one other thing that we have to add to our document right now is we also have a video poster with a little title dropped onto it that we can use when the video first starts up. So let's add those items to our page. I'll start with the play button. I'll just go back to my document, and down underneath the closed section tag is where I'll add my play button image. We'll just put in a standard image tag and set the source equal to, and then just add our path. We start with the images folder, and our file name was just play.jpg. Now, while I'm still writing the image tag, let's go ahead and set up our onClick handler too. OnClick equals, and here we just need the name of our function. So I'm going to make up a function called PlayPause. We'll add parentheses so it looks like a function, close our quotes, and close off our image tag. Now we need to write our PlayPause function, and what I'm going to do for right now is just set up the play part of it so we can test it and make sure it's working. So down at the bottom of our document, I need to add a set of script tags. And inside of those, we'll go ahead and create our function. I'll set up grouping braces. And inside our grouping braces, I'll just set up the video to play. Now notice first we need to add an ID so that we can identify this video up here at the top. So I'm just going to add in here an ID equals, and I'll just set it to video since it's the only one we're working with. Now, down inside of our function, we can use our document getElementById and access that new video element. And we could call the play function right here. And we're almost ready to test, but before we do, I'll just go ahead and add the poster attribute to the existing video tag, and we'll set that equal to the path name of our poster JPEG, which is also in the images folder, and it's called video-poster.jpg. Now that we've got both of those added in, let's just save our changes, and let's go try it out. I'll go back out to our page and we'll refresh it. And the first thing that we see is that our control set has been removed, and our poster image has been dropped in place, and we can see our button down here at the bottom. And if we've set everything up right, I should be able to click it and start our video playing. Now we don't have the play pause function, so I can't stop anything or do anything else except just restart the video again when it ends. So we've got a little bit more work to do. Let's go back over to our document and we'll see if we can set that up. Now the first thing I want to set up is the play pause functionality. Right now we've only got play. So let's set this up so that we can have both. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to access a property called paused. This is just another property of videos, kind of like duration or current time. What paused will do is it will tell you if the playback is paused or not. It's what we call a Boolean, and that particular value will only be either true or false, and it's perfect to use in a conditional statement. So what we're going to do is add a conditional statement inside of our play pause function to try to figure out if the video is currently paused or currently playing back. I'll add a line here at the top, and the first thing we'll do is add in our if statement using the if keyword, and then we need a condition. And then we'll write that condition by first going to our video element again, document.getElementById video, And we'll use the paused property. I'll close off my conditional statement, and then my if statement also needs braces, so I'll open up a set of braces for that. And I'll go down one line below our play statement and add a close brace there. Now, let me use tabs to indicate where everything is so that we can make sure our braces are all good. My statement now reads, if our video is paused, then go ahead and execute this statement, which would be play it. Now, obviously, if the video is playing, we want to pause it. So I'm going to go down and add an else clause after this. That has its own braces, so I'll open them here, and we'll go down a line or two and close them. And I'll go ahead and tab that in so that we can kind of line things up. And now we have a place for an alternate statement. And what we'll do is we'll call document getElementById video, but this time we'll pause it instead of play it. Let me just paste that into our line here, tab it in so it looks nice, and I'll change the play function to a pause. Now, let's take a look at this one more time. Every time our user clicks on this button, they will call this function, and the program is first going to check to see if the video is already paused, in which case it'll play it. If it's not paused, then it will pause it. So we have a two-function button depending on conditions. Now let's save our change and let's try it out. I'll go back over to our document and do a refresh. And this time when I click the play button, it also starts playing. But if I click the play button again, it will now pause the video. Using this button, we can just continue to click on and off and play and pause the video. The only problem is we're not seeing any indication on our button of what function it's doing. So let's go back to our document and we'll fix that up. In our earlier lessons, we saw that we can use JavaScript to change just about anything we want to on our page. And in this case, what I want to do is go back to this image tag and change the source over to the pause button instead of the play button. Well, we can do that as long as we can find this image tag from JavaScript. So let's add an ID. I'll just go inside the document anywhere and add the ID attribute. And I'll just set that equal to the name button. With that added in, we should be able to go down into our JavaScript and access that button. So I'll do that right after I play or pause it. Let's add a line here. And what I'll do is go use my document getElementById and find the button element this time. And we'd like to change the source attribute. Well, we can access that with the .src property. And I simply change it to whatever I want. So I'll use an equal sign here, and we'll give it a new path. This time I'll point it to images/pause.jpg. Now let me close up that statement, and we need a similar statement whenever we pause the video to switch the graphic back to the play button. I'll just copy that line. We'll paste it down into the else part of our conditional statement, and I'll change the image that we're changing it to play.jpg. Now we've got just about all we want. I'm going to save my changes, and let's go back and test our page once again. We'll give it a refresh. I can see my poster image up there looking really nice. But this time you can see that the play button has changed to a pause button, indicating that's its new function, and when I click it again, it pauses the video and swaps back to the play button. So now we have a single control that works for our video, and it shows a good indicator for our user as well.